Hi everyone, we had a great time on Sunday with lots of people coming to share their thoughts and testimonies from the week of prayer that we've just had. But we've decided just to keep Marcus's message from the end of our time of sharing. So here that is.
It doesn't matter how tough it gets, we can rejoice. Started with the joy of the Lord being our strength. You know, many of us have prayed this week, and we've had to, and we'll continue to as well. So you don't just have a prayer week and that's it and say, oh, we've done our prayer. It's like with a mission week we're going to do together with Hope Church. It's like, oh, we've done mission, great, we don't have to do it. It's not like, we're not punctuating our lives with things that we think God will like. What we're looking to do is to give our lives over to the Lord to direct. And so that we're learning. Andrew, I love your story, because you're learning to pray, aren't you? You're learning to pray and to be before God, and you're taking a step, like taking that step, Donald. If you're listening today, you can. God is speaking. He's tying up through different people what He's sharing. You know, I love this last 10 minutes or so. It's just been about. Do you know what? Even if you feel you're a complete stuff up, you can come to God. He loves you, and He's going to take you on, and He's not forgotten you, and His grace is still. It's brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, so it's all comes together. But you know, I do just want to say this. If I can get this here, that when we do come to God, He doesn't just want to have a chat with us. He doesn't just want to say to us, there. I think we have to know that we come to the Father. And yes, Izzy, we learn, don't we, from being a father, you know, that we just love our kids, whatever, you know, you just love them. You can't wait for them to turn to you. Doesn't matter what they've done. And to want to be with you, to want to hear you. And He doesn't just want a chat with us, but He wants to deposit something in each one of us. He wants to grow things within us. Things that He's actually predestined to put inside of us, and to expand our character and our gift, and to learn to trust Him with His nudges and His leadings and His callings to step out of where we're at. And I've been stuck a little bit at home this last couple of weeks because of COVID. Not Lou and I, but the boys both had it. And I praise God that Lou gets a day off a week, and she took Friday off as well, so that I wasn't just at home. But you know, we have an inability, don't we, to control situations the way that we want to. And we can feel a bit stuck. The Lord gave me this. Psalm 126. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. And then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. So others noticed what God had done for the psalmist, for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we're filled with joy. Restore our fortunes, Lord, like streams in the Negev. And then these words, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. Those who sow and those who sow with tears. People who sow with tears, it's a costly thing. And I shared a little bit of this with the leaders yesterday, and my father reminded me that the tears were because when somebody took in the harvest, a third of that seed would be required to go and sow for the next harvest. It would have to be held back rather than being made into bread that would feed the family, would feed the community. And so if you didn't have a great harvest, actually you maybe you had to keep back more than a third for the following year, and thus cut down on your existence and the sense of being in a blessed place for that period. Sowing in tears. Sowing in tears. What is that for us? What is that for me? And I think this is what the Lord is saying, certainly to me, is, and maybe to you. I'll come to what I believe he's saying to the church in a moment. But he's saying, do you know, it doesn't matter what you're going through or what I ask of you. I want you to take a step and do it. Because the end result is going to be that you're going to bring in something which is going to give you so much joy that outlasts the pain of the tears now. And that is the story of the kingdom, and that is to be the mission of the church as well. And your mission and my mission in life, to find out the will of God, however costly it is, and to give ourselves to it, knowing that if it is the will of God, that it's going to be so much more fruitful and full of joy at the end of it. And this is what the Lord said to me very specifically regarding us. That we will have a home when we are actively sowing and reaping in the harvest. That we will have a home, a church home, if you like, when we are actively sowing and reaping in the harvest. You go to the book of Haggai, and in chapter 1 you've got the story there of where you've got the situation where the people of Israel, the children of Israel, have come back. The Lord's brought them back out of exile. And what's the first thing they do? Well, naturally, what do? You've got nowhere to live, so you start to construct your own home. But there's a point where the prophet comes, and he says this. He says, the people say the time has not yet come to rebuild the house of the Lord. And the word of the Lord came through Haggai the prophet, saying, is it a time for yourselves to live in your panelled houses while this house lies in ruins? And then he goes on to say, look, consider your ways. You've done so much, you've planted so much, you've harvested little. For all your toil and all your strain, really, I've got more to give you. I've got more for you. But he's saying, look, consider your ways. What are you really investing in? And when I think of the people of God, as I've thought this week about and prayed out, Lord, what is it? If you're saying that you're going to give us a home when we're about sowing and reaping, what is it? What is your house? God used to live in a human house for a while, a tent and then a house, whatever. But that was never his resting place. It's people. It's people. God lives in people, not property. And so the Lord has said to me very clearly, let's invest ourselves in people. Let's sow into people. Let's look to reach and reap people. The harvest is plentiful, Jesus says. And so through this period, I want us to pray, really pray, consider prayerfully, Lord, how am I, how are we stepping out, taking that step to be people who sow and reap? Pam brought us a word, quite a while ago now, but it stayed there from Isaiah about 3 seasons. And the third season is this, and we're coming into it this year. It is a season of reaping the harvest. But it's conditional, because you can't reap a harvest without going to reap. So I want to encourage you. If you're worried about a building, where are we going to meet, whatever, let's not worry about that. We've got a buildings team on Sunday morning next week. We're going to go for a prayer walk. We're going to walk, we're going to talk and pray. Guys, I am not stressed one bit about it. I want you to know that. And if you are, come and talk to me. Because I believe the Lord is saying, look, once we are sowing and reaping, giving ourselves to that, then we will have a home. I'm going to leave that with you, okay? Amen.
Give myself away. myself away so you can use me. I give myself away to you first, Lord. I give myself away so you can use me. Just think about the context of your life this week, how God can use you in those contexts. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. Here I am. Here I am. Here I stand. Lord, my life is in your hands. Lord, I dream to see, yes, Lord, your desires revealed in me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. Take my heart, take my heart, take my life as a living sacrifice. All my dreams, all my plans, Lord, I place them in your hands. I give myself away. Lord, I give myself to you. I give myself away so you can use us, Lord. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. My life is not my own. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. Oh, I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. One more time. My life is not my own. To you I belong. Oh, I give myself to